Hi and welcome to another episode of What's Cooking. I'm back again, Chef Ismail Arbee, cooking up a storm. Well, today I got a bit more of a, how can I say this, a unique style chicken. So if you're bored with your normal standard chicken at home, we're going to incorporate a lot of veggies, a bit of orange juice. So we're going to be making a Cajun style orange glazed chicken, topped with a on a bed of a carrot puree. I'm just going to run you through the ingredients first. Obviously, as you can see here, I've got a bit of carrots boiling. What I've done with this was I've just taken normal carrot, I've peeled it up, I've cut it into little thin slices, and I've allowed it to boil nice. So I've got that boiling because it does take a few minutes extra, so you would want to put this on first before you actually start the dish itself. I've got a bit of fresh honey, obviously salt and pepper to season, olive oil, some heavy cream as usual. I love making people fat, so cream is the way to go. I just want to use a little bit of lemon juice. I've got some couscous here, and I'm going to show you how to make an awesome tasting couscous. A bit of Cajun spice, a butter as usual, a bit of chili, some garlic, spring onion, normal onion, some radish just to bring more color to our plate. And I've just got a mixed fresh herbs here. So I've got a bit of thyme, I've got a bit of fresh rosemary, and a bit of flat leaf parsley, going together with our orange juice, and not forgetting the main ingredient, which is our chicken fillet. Awesome. So we're going to start off with our orange glaze sauce. So very simple, very easy. I'm just going to take a saucepan, a bit of oil in here, alright. I've already pre-cut some onions, so I'm just going to throw some onions in there. Right, and a bit of spring onion as well. We want to add that flavor coming through. Right, once that's there, I'm just going to put it on the stove and start allowing it to get hot and start cooking through. Okay, I'm going to add my black pepper inside. And just a hint of salt, not too much. Awesome, so I'm just going to let that cook nicely. Let me just swap over here. Brilliant, so I'm going to let that cook with just a little bit of butter. And a squeeze of lemon juice. Brilliant, so I'm going to let that cook through. With the chicken fillet, I'm just going to take my chicken fillet, I'm going to halve it. I do not want it too thick because it takes really long to cook. So you'll just want to halve it all the way through, and with a mallet, just lightly mallet it down. So I just want to remove that little bit of fat that's on it. Brilliant, so just brilliant. Then as you can see, I did make it quite flat, right, because I want it to cook really quick. Just put this on low, allow that to cook. Take a clove of garlic, crush it, and I'm just going to do some slices. Brilliant. Just pop my garlic in and allow my garlic to cook. Now, as you can see, it takes different stages to add different ingredients on, for the mere fact is that I want to extract all of them at specific times. So I didn't add the garlic in the beginning. I allowed my onions to basically semi-transparent. Thereafter I added my garlic in, so I don't get an overwhelming garlic flavor. That's it. Chicken is here. Just take some rosemary, add a little bit of thyme, and a bit of the flat leaf parsley. Right, flat leaf parsley adds a little bit more of a different and unique flavor to the dish. So I'm just going to chop this up really fine. Oh, and not forgetting the oranges as well. So we are going to be using fresh orange. So we have orange juice and we have fresh orange. So I'm actually going to use the rind of the orange itself. Right, awesome. That is looking brilliant. Let's let that cook more. How's my carrots? Our carrots are almost there. You want to fully cook your carrots so it's nice and soft. So when you are pureeing it, you're going to end up with a nice smooth texture. Right, you don't want a lumpy texture. Brilliant. So I'm just going to throw a bit here into my sauce. Alright, and the remainder I'm going to add it to my chicken. But I just want to add a bit of Cajun spice to it. Cajun spice, very nice, flavorful. It has a bit of chili in it as well, so your food will end up a little bit spicier than normal, but that is what we're looking for. My herbs go over it. Should I say my rosemary, thyme and flat leaf parsley, and a squeeze of lemon juice. Brilliant. Rub that in. Massaging your food in actually allows the flavors to seep in. So you don't just want to throw it, put it on there and leave it. You want to actually rub it in and massage it. These are cooking really nicely. Right, once your onions are quite transparent, I'm going to go ahead and put in my orange juice. So what I've done here, it's normal orange juice with the pulp in it. Add that in. I'm going to put this on high heat. Right, now I want to bring it up to a nice vigorous boil, because what we're going to do here is we are going to reduce it. Right, we're going to put your orange juice in and then we're going to allow it to reduce by half. Why? Because that's actually punishing in the flavor. So you're going to get a good flavor from there. And from my chicken side, just going to add a bit of oil to my pan. That's done. I'm just going to show you how to make, obviously you need, it's called orange zest, right? You get a zester which you can use, or you can use this method that I am showing you right now. It's basically removing the skin of the orange because it has a lot more flavor in it. So you don't want to use the white area, as it'll end up a bit bitter. So I'm just going to shave it off. So you just want to use the rind, but be careful how much you use. It is quite strong and powerful. And the exact same thing you can do with a lemon. So if you want to punish through or put through a nice lemon flavor, all you do is use the skin itself. Obviously wash it up nicely, make sure it's nice and clean before you can actually use it. And it just takes a little bit of knife skills, and I've got my zest. I'm just going to take my zest and I'm just going to chop it up really fine. A quick chop in the middle, and I'm just going to throw a bit on. So I'm basically going to cook my chicken fillet with the orange zest. You want to run that synergy through the entire dish itself. You don't just want one item to be a specific flavor and not run it through the other items as well. So you want to basically merge all of them together. So you're gonna have to use a little bit of the same ingredient all over in order for it to come together with a nice good orange flavor. So this is boiling really nicely. Alright, so as you can see, I've got it a nice vigorous boil, and that is what we're looking for. Just add a bit more orange juice, give it a nice shake up. So all I've done was I've just warmed up my oil, so when I am ready to cook, I can just go ahead. So it's just a quick warm up. I'm just going to melt some butter in it. And yes, you guys know I love cooking with butter. And so as you noticed, I heated my oil up, I removed it, I added my butter in, and I did not put it back on the stove because the oil is quite hot and I want to incorporate the flavor without actually getting the nutty flavor out of the butter itself. Okay, so our carrots are almost there. Just pull it aside. strain out all your water. Okay, so you're probably wondering why I didn't start with my couscous because couscous cooks really quickly. All you're going to basically be doing is adding hot water to a bowl, thereafter putting your couscous in and allowing it to set, and it will cook on its own. So my puree is here. I just want to season my puree a little bit. Just going to add a bit of salt, a bit of black pepper, and a hint of fresh cream. Brilliant. And I'm just gonna do this. Just gonna add, as you can see, it's gonna land up a bit lumpy and thickish. I'm just gonna add a bit of water to it. A little bit of water and a slightly bit more cream. Just to get that consistency right and get all the lumps out. In the meantime, let me just get my couscous ready. I'm just going to add in my couscous. You add in as much as you would like. And top it off with some boiling water. Now when you're adding in the boiling water, you do not want to submerge it too much. You just want enough boiling water in there just to cover the top of your couscous. So you don't want to put a lot of water, just leave a little bit in and you are sorted. So as you can see, it's just above my couscous. We take this, we put a cloth over it just to allow it to basically steam up. Exactly like that, and we set it aside. Brilliant. That will start cooking on its own and the process will begin. This is looking awesome. You can smell it. Brilliant. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add in a bit of my honey. Right, you want to bring in that rich sweet taste. Usually this type of sauce always goes, and you'll hear it out there, orange glazed duck. So what I'm doing is I'm basically transforming it so it's an orange glazed chicken. As you notice, I still left my chicken on the side in order for it to rest and absorb all these flavors that are going through. Okay, so I'm just going to take a sprig of garlic, pop that into my pan, put that back on, put a spring onion, another squeeze of lemon juice. Right, and I'm just going to allow that to heat up, getting ready for my chicken itself. Right, then we're just going to add our fresh cream. As you can see, it has reduced by about a quarter. I'm just going to allow it to reduce just a little bit more in order for the flavor to get through. In the meantime, I'm just going to take your chili. I want to use a green one. I'm just going to split it. And just a quick chop. So I'm just going to take a little bit of chili, add it to my chicken pan. Let that get nice and hot. Now we're going to keep this remainder of the chili for the couscous itself. Bit of onion in there. You guys remember the method. My chicken is still set aside. Just to run through a recap, I have got my orange sauce reducing by half its quantity. I've added in my syrup. Thereafter, I've marinated my chicken using rosemary, thyme and flat leaf parsley, a little bit of orange zest, and I've set it aside. My couscous is there. Brilliant. That's just going to steam up and I just need to finish my carrot puree. Okay, let's check your consistency of this. Whoopsie, got these going on. Off the stove. Right, our carrot puree is at quite a good texture. Brilliant. Right, just a quick mix and it goes back in. Just a bit of water to it. But I want it a bit smoother. It's a bit too coarse of a texture, so you're going to continuously have to be watching it in order to get that nice smooth texture. Spoon. How is it looking? Oh, it's quite a good texture, so I'm going to give it a taste. Absolutely delicious. Just gonna have to add a bit more salt and a little bit more black pepper. And just one more blend up. Brilliant. Awesome, so we've got this going on. As you can see, it's slightly toasted. That is exactly what I was looking for. And our chicken fillet will set foot into our pan. Alright, just another thing when it comes to chicken fillet, basically you do not want to overcook, and a lot of people make the error by fully cooking their chicken in the pan. You don't want to do that. You want to 3/4 cook your chicken in the pan and then set it aside. Once you set it aside, the meat does not stop cooking until it's basically cold. So you want to set it aside, let it rest, because once you cut it straight away, exact same thing with meat as well. Once you cut it straight away, you're basically releasing all the juices and you're going to be left with the flavorless chicken. So you want to cook it, seal it off nicely, let it set aside until it fully cooks through. Brilliant. I'm going to grab my tongue. Alright, we're looking for a nice brown golden color. As you can see, our lemon zest, our herbs are all stuck to the chicken, exactly what we want. So it's reduced by almost half. Carrot puree is ready. I'm just going to put a lid on it so it stays warm. And I just wanted to cut a bit of radish, thinly sliced. Yes, and today I'm making you guys eat a bit healthy. A little bit fattening with the cream, but still healthy. Allow that to cook through. Brilliant. How's our couscous doing here? As you can see, all the couscous has absorbed all the water. So it just needs a little bit more hot water and to fully cook. Just a nice mix up, and we'll leave it again. So I'm just going to drop my heat a bit lower. Right, and I'm going to allow that to slowly cook. Our orange sauce is looking awesome. Just going to add my cream to it. And it's going to start instantly thickening up and boiling. I'm just going to add a bit more honey just to darken that color up. I can add a little bit more sweetness to the dish. Nice sweet texture. Add a bit more cream. If you do find it a bit too sweet, all you have to do is add a bit more fresh cream to it. You're actually diluting the sweetness. That's my spoon. That's brilliant. Brilliant, that orange flavor is really coming through. Okay, our chicken is almost ready. What I am doing is I've just pulled it off the fire completely and I'm allowing it to rest. I'm allowing it to rest until my sauce is ready and my couscous. Now, as chefs, timing is the most important part of our job. So we try and get everything as fresh as possible to you, all cooked perfectly. So you actually have to sit and time each dish and try and make them come together at the same time. And that is boiling up nicely. The couscous, brilliant. Okay, I'm just going to give this a mix. We still need a little bit more setting aside time. And we should be good to go. Brilliant. Chicken is there. Just needs a few minutes more just to set aside. This is smelling absolutely divine. Alright, so we basically want to thicken it up. So the more cream you add, the thicker it will get. So I'm just going to dilute it just a little bit more. Brilliant. Let's just get this on a good boil. This is running perfectly. So as you can see, chicken got a brilliant color to it. All we're doing is allowing it to sit. Just want to add a slight bit more fire because it isn't ready yet. Slight bit, just to maintain that heat coming through, because your pan will get quite cold. So I'm just going to allow that heat to send through, but not a high amount of heat. So I've got it on absolutely low heat, just allowing it to cook. As you can see, it is cooking through via steam right now. Okay, so as you can see, my orange sauce has reduced really nicely. If you would like to quicken the process up and allow it to just thicken up a little bit better to the perfect consistency, all you're going to have to do is take a bit of flour, take a little bit of water. So you're going to take that flour, either you're going to sift it straight into your pan, or you're going to make a flour water paste. Add it in while your orange sauce is cooking. It'll basically thicken up the entire sauce itself. So let's have a look at our couscous. Oh, brilliant. That has cooked up nicely. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to season up my couscous. So I'm going to take a bit of my chili, add it in. Alright, I want to take a couple of radish, add it in just to bring a bit more color, some salt and some pepper. Salt, and a squeeze of lemon juice. And just a quick mix. Alright, you can add a bit of peri peri sauce to it. That will just give it a bit more of a chili flavor. Alright, brilliant. This is looking awesome. I'm just going to take it. I'm going to pack it into my ramekin here. Alright, you just want to place the radish at the bottom, and I'm just going to pack it in. So I prefer using my hands with this, as it will stick a lot better to each other. And you're going to take this and flip it across. Just want to tap it. It should be good to go. Just want to neaten it up nicely. Brilliant. Then we're going to add our chicken. Brilliant. Just a bit of oil and a bit of the onions that actually absorbed all the flavor. And our sauce, as you can see, it's thickened up quite nicely. It's a nice chunky sauce. We're going to take this and pour it over. Alright, I just want to dress my plate up. Thereafter, we're just going to add a bit of garnish. So I'm just going to throw a bit of radish on the plate, a bit of spring onion, and obviously our awesome carrot puree, which I'm just going to drizzle just a few dots around. Right, just to incorporate that carrot puree flavor. Right, and make our dish look a little bit more brighter. So, brilliant. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Cajun style chicken, orange honey glaze with a spicy couscous radish and a carrot puree. Thank you very much for joining me on this episode of What's Cooking. We'll see you again soon.